How would you like a little more happiness in your life? What I have for you today is a 5-ingredient recipe for a happy life. Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Diane Martinez. I'm a certified holistic life coach, and welcome to Conscious Creating Life Coaching. I'm so glad that you're here. So who doesn't want a happy life, right? We all do, but achieving that can be a little bit tricky. Sometimes people think it's actually easy, just give me what I want and then I'll be happy. But I know some fabulously wealthy people who supposedly have what they want, who are miserably unhappy. So there's more to it than that. And that's what we're diving into today. These are 5 ingredients that if you add to your life, you will have a happy life. Number 1 is to love and accept yourself as you are. Now, I've been in the coaching space for 13 years now, worked with many clients, and I know that this is a real sticking point, especially for women. We have been coached not to love ourselves, that if we have too much cellulite or fat ankles or chubby arms or crow's feet or whatever, that we can't love ourselves until we get ourselves perfect, and then we can. Like self-love and acceptance is this lovely juicy carrot hanging on the end of a very long stick that we never get to. But self-love doesn't mean that you are perfect or that you need to be perfect. It's not about perfection at all. It's about recognizing your self-worth, that you are here as a created being of the divine, just like everybody else. You have a right to be here. You have a right to take up space. You have worth. You have value. And when you accept yourself as you are, that doesn't mean that you don't want to improve or grow or learn in any way. It just means that you're at peace with yourself. You know, it's sort of like the way you love a little puppy or your little kids. They're not perfect. They make mistakes all the time, and we love them anyway. If we can extend that same feeling to ourselves, to love and accept ourselves as we are in this red hot minute, that is not a reward for a happy life, but that is a prerequisite for a happy life. You can't have a happy life if you hate yourself. That's just the way it is. And coming to love and accept yourself is much easier than you think it might be. I recently had a client ask me, so how do I go about loving myself? And this client just happened to have gotten another dog. And I said, well, how did you go about loving your new pup? She's like, oh, I just love it. I was like, there you go. Just love yourself as you are. If you do that, you have the strongest foundation to build a healthy life. Give yourself space and grace to embrace this and sidle up to it as you can. But loving and accepting yourself is absolutely ingredient number 1. The second ingredient in creating a healthy life is to live authentically. Live in alignment with what is truly important to you, with your likes and dislikes. Now, I'm not saying you should never compromise or do something that a friend wants to do that's not your favorite, but I mean, in general, do you find yourself acquiescing to a partner or someone in your family or in your circle of friends, doing things that you really don't want to do, eating a kind of food that you actually don't enjoy, seeing movies that are not your genre at all, or spending after Sunday afternoons doing things that don't resonate with you? Live authentically. Now, I'm not saying be a selfish person, but in general, I mean, we can compromise and do things with our family and friends that maybe aren't our favorite, but in general, do the things that bring you joy, that resonate with your heart, that make you feel fulfilled and happy. If you would rather take a quiet walk by a river than go to a music concert, then go take a quiet walk by the river. If you would rather do anything, play guitar, take a nap, read, paint, go study something, travel by yourself. When you do the things that are in alignment with your heart, the things that bring you deep joy, of course, you're going to have a happier life. Now, this can be a bit challenging. If you have been faking it to make people around you happy, and suddenly you're saying, do you know what? That doesn't really resonate with me. I'm going to pass on this. They can, take offense at that. It's like, what do you mean you're going to pass? We've always done this. It's like, yeah, well, in honesty, I don't really enjoy that, and I'm going to do this instead. There can be that what sort of moment with the people around you, and that's okay. Let them have that moment. It wouldn't be a surprise if you had been accommodating them. But the more you can live in alignment with what is really important to you, when you spend your time and money sharing with nonprofits that resonate with you, when you pursue learning the things you want to learn, watching the things that make you laugh or, make you happy at some level, of course you're going to live a happier life. So live authentically. Compromise, obviously, with family and friends, but in general, live in alignment with the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. The third ingredient is to give up rigid expectations about how life is supposed to be. So many times we rob ourselves of joy when we think that life has to be a certain way, something that you need to get a certain promotion by a certain time. You need to have amassed a certain amount of wealth by a certain age. You need to have this number of kids or live in this neighborhood or that zip code. And when we put those arbitrary limits and expectations on our life, our ability to be happy just really gets narrowed. It really gets compromised. Those rigid expectations just crystallize into this, if you can only be happy if this and this and this and this and this and this and this are just the way you want them, guess what? You're not going to be happy because that's not the way life works. Now, I'm not saying don't have goals and aspirations. Certainly have goals and aspirations and dreams and, move toward them as you can for sure. But try not to have artificial and arbitrary limits on how they come to you. Let life surprise and delight you. Think about some of the best things that you have had in your life, the biggest surprises, the happiest friendships or coincidences that have happened. Weren't they things just out of the blue that you didn't expect or didn't see coming, and there was this amazing opportunity or gift or person or whatever? Let that be the way you move through life. You have your dreams, you have your goals, you have your aspirations, but they are not bound by any set of rules that you make up in your head. Let life surprise and delight you. So that was ingredient number 3. Ingredient number 4 is express your creativity. Now, through my years of coaching, I have talked to so many people about this, and so many people say, oh, I don't have a creative bone in my body. Yes, you do. It might be lying dormant, but it's there. We as humans are created beings, and as such, we are creative beings. It is in our nature to create. So often, though, people think that being creative means that you write songs or you paint pictures or something like that. And those are wonderful creative endeavors, but that's certainly not the extent of creativity. How you dress yourself is an expression of your creativity. How you decorate your living space is an expression of your creativity. This that you see behind me was years in coming. I had a number of things back there, and the walls painted different colors and different furniture. And I really wanted this sort of feel, those colors, that calm thing, the white furniture, to create, hopefully for everybody who's watching me and for all the Zooms and coaching and everything I do, a beautiful scene behind me. That is an expression of my creativity. Yours might be tinkering with cars or experimenting with different hairstyles or colors, maybe getting tattoos. I used to think it was weird when I would see people all tatted up years and years ago. Now I look at it and think like, yeah, I love that personal expression of creativity. How you cook. Cooking is an amazing way to express creativity. How you live your life. Do you put your time and energy into pets that you raise or foster, or trips that you take? Creativity can have so many different expressions, and the more you express your creativity, the happier you are. Keep in mind, though, that being creative is not about the end product. It is about the process. It's just the joy in doing. Like little kids that just finger paint and color and do all these things with such wild abandon. They're fully into it. They're enjoying it. That is their creative thing. And maybe they want it put on the refrigerator or tacked up on their wall later, but maybe they don't. It was fun while they were doing it, and then they're moving on to the next game. Give that gift to yourself, to create for the joy of creating, and that will absolutely increase your happiness. And the fifth ingredient for a happy life is to give to others. It's called the helper's high, right? And it can come, just like creativity, this too can come in so many different forms. Whether you donate your time and money to a nonprofit you're very passionate about, or just help out a friend who's going through a rough time. Maybe you make a dinner to share with them, or help get their kids to and from activities. Maybe you help people professionally. That's what you do. There can be so many different ways that we do this, whether it's donating to a food pantry or volunteering in one. However you give of yourself, hopefully with your time and your gifts. I remember when my mom first retired, she spent a couple years teaching the adult illiterate how to read. And I thought that was so cool. What a great way to give to others is to share something that you can do. Now, if you are stuck for ideas for that, there are so many different things that would love to have your time and attention. So just do some searches and find opportunities for you to give to others. Always from love, not from a feeling of you have to, or you're not a good person if you don't, or something like that that's coming from fear, but out of what is important to you, right? This one sort of ties back up into the second one about living authentically. Just as you live authentically with how you spend your time, you also want to give to others from that place of authenticity. What is important to you? Where do you really want to make a difference in this world? That's what will make you happy. So I hope this 5-ingredient recipe for happiness has been helpful to you. If it has, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe. It does so much to help the channel grow and reach more people. And if you're really enjoying the content, come join me on Patreon. I have a women's group, a women's only group there, and we dive into these and so many topics. Each month has a different theme that the members vote on, and I create content that really dives deep into these things to help you live your best life. So that's it for now. Until next time, my friend, create your day consciously. Bye for now.